This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
About to bring gold back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
And how sweet it is! A state gold medal for the Union Scotties!
And the Shannock Lancers are your 2A softball champions. The trophy lifted high.
The 10th seed Union Scotties are WPIAL champions.
Not a Cinderella story, a championship story here.
And your 2023 WPIL 2A Girls Champions, the Shenango Wildcats.
The pitch from Bruce, here it comes. Look at this! Union wins it! The Union Scotties have rallied to win the WPIAL Championship.
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
Working down inside and alley-oop the young gun.
She'll strike it and score!
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Mohawk High School, 52-degree night, the opening night of the WPIL Class 2A playoffs. Tonight it is the Mohawk Warriors, the second-place team out of the MAC Conference, 8-2 overall, the number 5 seed. They're hosting Burrell, 4-6 out of the Allegheny Conference. They are the 12 seed in the 2A bracket. Tonight's game at lcsportsnet.com is brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, MVP Insurance, Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George, the Red Zone, Castle Asphalt, Newcastle Transit Authority, Washington Center Physical Therapy, Madura Bonner Law, Penn, Ohio Bottled Water, Health and Motion Physical Therapy, Pontius Insurance, Joseph's Marketplace, Doran Concrete, Gem Builders Incorporated, Works in Progress, BMF Tax and Financial, City Rescue Mission, the Tri-County Principals Association, the Laurel Teachers Association, Union Area Education Association, Shenango Teachers Association, the Union Volunteer Fire Department, the Mahoning Fire Department, and by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Eric Thomas, Ty Polk with you here tonight. It's a crystal perfect setting tonight for this 2A battle between Mohawk and Burrell. We've got Mohawk, who lost last week in the MAC championship game to Neshannock. We've got Burrell, who's coming in after 3 straight losses. They kind of backdoored into this playoff game here tonight. This is the 3rd consecutive year they're in the playoffs. Ty, what happens here tonight? Does Mohawk get right? Do they defend their home turf? Can Burrell pull the upset tonight?
It's two teams that have dealt with disappointment in different ways. Mohawk, they wanted that conference championship so bad, and Burrell, who had an opportunity at a piece of the conference championship in the Allegheny Conference, and then they had 3 straight losses that had them plummet from 2nd all the way to 5th. So it's two teams that are looking to get right here in the most important time of year, and it's a beautiful time to be a part of it on this network.
This Burrell offense went from a record-setting, spread it all out, throw the ball everywhere on the field, to now more of a power run. Sean Liotta, the head coach, went to Texas to study their offense. They're about patience. They're about not throwing the football. They've had games, consecutive weeks, where they haven't thrown a pass. They haven't completed a pass. They've thrown for 0 yards. What gives with this team? Why the switch, and how effective has this been, and can it be a problem here tonight for Mohawk?
Because when you have the athletes and they're able to do that and they commit to it, that's when you can run these types of slot T offenses. Everybody wants the bells and whistles, the spread options, the run and shoots, the air raids. But sometimes it's just the simple things that if you buy in, they could do it so well. And they have one guy in Devin Beatty, who's in the top 30 of WPIL rushers, but it's a star-laden cast. So anytime you're over 1,000 yards in the regular season in the WPIAL, you're special.
Tonight's the winner of tonight's game will go to next weekend's quarterfinal neutral site, and they'll be taking on the winner of the 4-seed Amani Christian and the 13-seed Waynesburg Central. The other action going on here tonight that involves Lawrence County teams in the 2A bracket, Elwood City takes on Washington. In 1A, Laurel is at Clareton, and Burgettstown is taking on Union tonight. That game is actually at Taggart Stadium over at Newcastle. And, of course, Mohawk getting to play the game here on their home field. There was talk maybe that this game would be moved to a neutral site or played on turf tonight. They're able to keep it right here. Thankfully, the weather moved out of the area, and we don't have to worry about any of that. This field is in pretty good shape. We were just down on it a couple minutes ago. You're listening to and watching the Washington Center Physical Therapy pregame show. When your doctor orders physical therapy, tell them you have a choice in where to go. Choose Washington Center Physical Therapy, centrally located in downtown Newcastle. Let Norm Gabriel and the staff at Washington Center Physical Therapy get you back on your feet. Visit WashingtonCenTrept.com to schedule your appointment. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll talk more about tonight's action. You're watching live coverage of the WPIL 2A playoffs and listening to live coverage of the WPIL 2A playoffs here on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
After 2 shoulder surgeries, my doctor wanted me to go to his physical therapy, which was out of town, and I chose Washington Center Physical Therapy.
The availability is absolutely amazing. When we call to get an athlete in, we get them in the exact same day.
I see many patients preoperatively for orthopedic surgeries. Those patients who use Washington Center have the best outcomes.
The bottom line is Washington Center Physical Therapy is your best choice for physical therapy.
Call us at Washington Center Physical Therapy, serving the community for over 20 years.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. In LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all the Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team, school, and family in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for business and homeowners in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial projects. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project. Back here at Mohawk High School, audio coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by the Sons of Italy, number 1171, Lodge number 1171. Thanks to them for their support of county student athletes. Follow them on Facebook, Sons of Italy, number 1171, for updates of special events at the club. Great Veterans Day activities going on next weekend. Shows during the week of Thanksgiving and much more. Call 724-658-9390 for more information and to see what events are coming up next. You're watching and listening to the Washington Center Physical Therapy pregame show. We're getting you set for Mohawk and Burrell here tonight in the Class 2A WPIL tournament. Let's talk a little bit more about this Burrell offense, because this is not unlike what Mohawk saw last week with Neshannock. They want to get behind their offensive line. They want to pound the football. How they do it is a little bit different than what anybody else in this entire WPIL conference does it when they run the football, though.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of things. I've seen wing T formations with another AK Valley team, the Fox Chapel Foxes. They haven't won a game in 2 years since they were in the playoffs, but still, Burrell, they do the slot T, which is an under center variant of the wing T, and basically it's just putting your athletes at running back. You're doing all sorts of wide receiver sweeps, jet sweeps, old school reverses that you have to have great blocking, because those plays take forever to develop. They're almost in a way like going for the bomb whenever you're in a air raid offense and you need a Hail Mary.
Sean Leota, the head coach at Burrell, has been all over the map. He was the head coach at Line Mountain for a little bit in the eastern side of the state, Duquesne University, the offensive coordinator, really the architect for that Clareton team that was just ridiculous a couple years ago. The record-setting offense that they put out there, he was the offensive coordinator there, also at McKeesport. How does Mohawk get things right here tonight? Because their offense, as good as they've been all season long, their last best play was the 92-yard touchdown pass to beat Beaver Falls on this very field. Jay Rona has been good, has not thrown for 100 yards the last 3 games. Of course, they lose to Neshannock last week, but they won the 2 prior games. What do they need to do today to get their offense back on track and kind of more is what we've seen from Mohawk here in recent weeks here tonight.
Give it to him the same way that Burrell likes to give it to you, which is start with running the ball. Nothing against Jay Rona, who has 30 touchdowns, but you're just right now trying to put your best plays and your best players together. But also make sure to get him some confidence out here. Go for the long bomb out there. You got to look out. Burrell's got the athletes at defensive back to stop those plays. I've seen them really step up against a few teams, Deer Lakes and also Steel Valley, but Steel Valley is a little bit more of a running team. They just like to use the spread option. But again, with Burrell, it's just about trying to stay in front of everything, not giving up the big play. They don't want to have these 70, 80-yard runs per touchdown. They want to keep it into 5, 10, something like that. Ball control, even on defense in a way.
Sean Leota told me earlier this week that their philosophy is they will go for it on any fourth down. We'll talk a little bit more about that in our keys later on. And also, they are happy with 2.5 yards of play because 2.5 times 4 equals 10. That is their philosophy. That is where last week it was Neshannock, let's line up behind the offensive line and let's just keep going and going and going, and they play with some tempo. This team doesn't necessarily play with tempo. They just play with, hey, we're going to take our 2-3 yards and we're just going to keep getting 2 or 3 yards. We're going to keep getting 2 or 3 yards. And listen, their offense at times this season has been downright explosive. They've had games in which you've scored in the 30s, and you think to yourself, well, if you're not throwing, how are you getting 30 points by running the ball? Because they're effective at doing it, and they have one of the best runners in Devin Beatty, who's we're going to see here tonight. Yeah,
the most tempo this team has is whenever they do the Rose Bowl parade shift-style movements before the snap. I mean, you look at it, they're lining up, and it looks like it's just the most ugly formation in the world, and then they go into their slot T formation, and they quickly snap so they can get you thinking about what is this, and then suddenly you have to watch Devin Beatty or Tyler McGlisco run it right down your gullet.
How do you size up the pressure here tonight? Who's the pressure on more? Mohawk expects to be in this situation. They thought going into the season they were a playoff team. Burrell, okay, they backdoor in. They're 4-6. They're here, third straight year. And for anybody who wants to say, well, why did Sean Leota change the offense? Hey, it's worked enough for 3 years that they've gotten to the playoffs all 3 years. Who's the pressure on more here tonight?
I mean, when you put it that way, I was going to say Mohawk, but yeah, with Burrell, just trying to confirm that this is the right way to run their things. I think Stevie Hassan, whenever he's shown the ability to pass, he's been pretty good at it, especially the last 2 weeks. He has 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. So when they've passed, they've been fine. But obviously, it's Mohawk. I mean, you hear about what happened last year. They managed to just wipe that away, made it to playoffs last year. And this year, it's a breath of fresh air. I think it's more on them because when you take a look at the pieces they have around it, this is an opportunity for at least a WPIL semifinals.
Let's take a listen to tonight's national anthem brought to you here tonight by the Mohawk Marching Band. National anthem by the Mohawk Marching Band. Tonight's out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. Why drive when you can relax and ride? Daily routes to Pittsburgh as well as routes all around Lawrence County. Visit newcastletransit.org for more information and route schedules. And remember, senior citizens ride for free with gas prices on the rise. Save money on gas and let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, the Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. We'll take another timeout, and when we come back, we'll give you our keys to the game, give you the starting lineups, and get you set more for this Mohawk Burrell battle in 2A, the WPIL tournament. You're watching it and listening to it live on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
At Medore Bonner Law, we're more than just attorneys. We're your community partners. With a combined experience that spans decades, attorneys Jason Medore, Michael Bonner, and Greg Rossitelli are your trusted advisors for all legal matters. From personal injury to estate planning, business law to family disputes, we are here to guide you through every step of the legal process. Our full-service, community-based approach ensures that you're not just a client, but a valued member of our family. Give us a call or visit us online at MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Medore and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Zingleopole or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
WPIL 2A playoffs on tap here tonight. Mohawk and Burrell. This is the Washington Center Physical Therapy pregame show. Let Norm Gabriel and the staff at Washington Center Physical Therapy get you back on your feet. Visit Washington Center Physical Therapy, or Washington Center rather, PT.com to schedule your appointment. That's Washington CENTRE PT.com. Let's look at tonight's starting lineups for both sides. We'll start first for Mohawk. No changes from a week ago, as they will start on their offensive line from left to right. Alex Chapman, Scooter McPherson, Jack Mays at center, Dylan Summey, and Brian Birchfield round out the five guys up front. Leighton Wagner will get the start at tight end. You know the receivers by now: Dante Retort, Bobby Fadden, Blake Logan, Joey Nail. Of course, Justin Boston in the backfield. They will be without Sam List again tonight. He is presumably done for the season with some type of leg, knee injury. He had a brace on last week. He is in street clothes again tonight, so we will not see him. But Justin Boston is healthy, and he's ready to go. And, of course, Jay Rona, the record-setting quarterback. Last 3 games, though, he has thrown 5 interceptions and just 4 touchdowns and 236 yards. So he's looking to get back on track in what will be his final game at this stadium as a member of the Mohawk football team. For Burrell up front, defensive ends are Esau King-Buchak and Joey Guarini, Noah Love and Jacob Wilson in the middle, Tyler McGlisco, and it's going to be A.J. Mitchell at the outside linebacker position. They will be without starter tonight Christian Brancato, who is a late scratch, had a bit of an issue when he got off the bus here tonight, so he is unavailable to play. Talon Newcomer will be in the middle, and they switched their corners tonight as well. Trey Curry and Malik Buchak will get the start. Stevie Hassan, the quarterback, will go inside at safety along with Cooper Hornack to round out the starting 11 for Burrell's defense. On the flip side, for Mohawk's defense, up front, Leighton Wagner and Jackson Chapman, they have been fantastic up front at those defensive end / outside linebacker spots. Chapman with 7 sacks. Wagner's got a tackle for loss and a sack, but they have brought tons of pressure, including Chapman this season. He's been fantastic at that spot. Then you got Scooter McPherson and Alex Chapman in the middle. Justin Boston and Joey Nail start at the outside, and A.J. Verdi in the middle at linebacker. The corners, Bobby Fadden and Cash Stratton, the talented freshman, gets another start here tonight at corner, and Blake Logan and Dante Retort are your safeties. For Burrell's offense, there are a lot of pieces to this offense, but up front, Luke Boylan, Noah Love, Aiden Kuhn, Joey Guarini, and Ryan Rusevich will get the start on the offensive line from left to right. Dylan Ridley is the tight end. Stevie Hassan under center. The junior at 5'10", completing only 35% of his passes. They don't ask him to do a whole lot. Fourth leading rusher on the team as well. He's only thrown for 3 touchdowns, and the most attempts he's had in a game this season, 17 against Amani Christian. Devin Beatty, Cooper Hornack, Tyler McGlisco, Trey Corey round out the starting offense for Burrell. Burrell comes into this game averaging only 19.5 points a game, but they run the ball for 213 a clip, 251 total yards. We've told you already, they don't care if they only get 2.5 yards of play. They just want to keep the ball in their hands, keep it moving. And ironically enough, Sean Leota said earlier this week, when there was all this talk about moving this game, he said, no, I want to play at Mohawk. I want to be on grass. He was looking around at the field earlier. He was like, hey, they haven't cut it much. We don't care. We like the way this looks. This feels pretty good to us. This is the kind of setting that he wanted his team to play in tonight.
He wants to play in a monsoon if he could. That would work out very well for his offense. But I want to talk about this. You mentioned that they are missing Christian Brancato. As someone who's seen him play twice this season, he was such a big part of their defense. He was around the ball everywhere. He was an AK Valley Player of the Week. He's so instrumental towards their defense. That's a tough loss before the game is even played.
Yeah, that's a big, and that's a late scratch too. So they're already without a bunch of guys on this defense for this Burrell team. They have, of course, documented last year they were without 4 guys when they went into the Neshannock playoff game last year. Tristan Brothers is an interesting study this season. He actually was their defensive MVP 2 seasons in a row, and he had torn his shoulder in the preseason at a camp at Washington and Jefferson. Well, he rehabbed his way back, played the first game of the season, then all 4 downs on offense. And their other MOs, they got to keep it close. They say they have to be within striking distance in the fourth quarter. But kind of an addendum to that, they've also got to capitalize when they're inside the 20. They were inside the 20 of Amani Christian 6 times and did not come away with points on any of those trips.
I can add you about 4 more against Steel Valley. But the one thing I also want to focus on, this is something that nobody really touched on with them. Last week against Apollo Ridge, they probably should have tied that game. They lost 37-33 in the second half. 2 failed 2-point conversions. They must capitalize Wpial.
And the kicker for Burrell has only had 10 points, but you brought up a good point. They don't typically ball first in this game is field and do the coin toss, which you'll see here in a minute. But Mohawk will be on defense first. You chase points. I mean,
the press box first Football Friday in November. You kind of expect
projects. Takes the area with the big M flag and the American flag. They will run through the banner right around the 20-yard line. Again, the final time these seniors, because of field conditions and their turf over at Taggart Field or Taggart Stadium at Newcastle, fitting better for what they want to
through that banner.
We appreciate you watching us tonight. If you are on the NFHS network, thanks for tuning in to the coverage here tonight. For those of you listening on the LC SportsNet website, we appreciate you coming in and listening to us tonight. And a big thanks once again to the Sons of Italy, Lodge number 1171, for stepping up tonight to help us out with the audio coverage for their continued support of student athletes. Follow them on Facebook, Sons of Italy number 1171, for updates of special events at the club. Great Veterans Day activities going on next weekend, shows during the week of Thanksgiving, and much more. Call 724-658-9390 for more information and to see what's coming up next at their club. Big thanks to them. And also audio coverage tonight for the Union game, as well as James Dotson and crew are over at Taggart Stadium, not too far away from here for that one. So you have a couple options here tonight, and we hope you stick around for this one. However you're tuning in tonight. Captains for Mohawk tonight, it's going to be Alex Chapman, Brian Birchfield, Dante Retort, and AJ Verdi. And for Burrell, looks like it is Talon Newcomer. Check that. That is
it's Newcomer.
Yeah, Newcomer Hornack.
Esau King Buchek.
Yes, and Tyler McGlisco is the other captain for Burrell. So we'll see, as again Burrell is going to receive first. Their offense will be out on the field first here tonight. And again, we do have an out-of-town scoreboard, so we'll keep you updated on what's going on all across the county tonight with all the teams in the WPIL playoffs. Everything tonight, and we'll get on to the quarterfinals next week. Some potential extremely interesting is off right around this time now, so the winner of those 2 games will meet. And then the other part of the bracket, Steel Valley got a bye as the number 1 seed, and then they await the winner of Sarah Catholic and Western Beaver. So we're about the red numerals and the white trim. Burrell in their dark navy pants, white uniforms, navy numbers with the Tar Heel blue trim and the very shiny chrome Tar Heel blue
headdress. Very nice.
We are ready to go here from Mohawk High School, the WPIL tournament. High end-over-end kick sails into the end zone, and Burrell will start 1st and 10, possibly in the receiving game. So Hassan will possibly in the receiving game. So Hassan will lead the offense out. And again, this is going to be a very
anywhere between. The only time they truly go outside is with the jet sweeps.
Maglisco had to carry that. And if you're watching, you'll see them sugar huddle. You'll see them get to the line and then break out of the formation. They are quick to that formation. Move the sticks. First down of the night. Gain of 6 that time for Beatty.
Beatty, so big to this offense.
Front for Mohawk is Hassan and 9.
Use option concepts, read options, triple options. It's a lot of reading for Mohawk's defense.
Again, they take their time. They are not in a hurry to do down. And Bobby Fadden is going to get him around the ankle. This is not exactly what Mohawk saw a week ago. This is, though, the same style. Line up behind this line. Pushing that pile, I believe, is Beatty once again. 40.
They trample their
time out to save money on your insurance. Call Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, or Tracy Giddings to get started today. Visit pontiusinsurance.com to request a quote for auto, home, business, or life insurance. Get the best rates and customer service by calling a local agent at Pontius Insurance. So they will punt. They've
he's Jekyll Hyde with the punting. He wasn't on his best at Steel Valley. Matter of fact, he netted a punt about 10 for Burrell.
And they will fake it. There, Joey Nail says no. And Joey Nail with the early stop on the fake punt will give Mohawk the ball at midfield with 7:29 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, fake punt to the gunner going left with Maglisco, and Joey Nails, he was able to track that down because Maglisco's going left. Joey Nails started out on his right, and he was able to track him down on the left sideline. That's great pursuit by Mohawk.
Here's our first look at the Mohawk offense tonight. Again, it's Chapman, McPherson, Mays, Summy, and Birchfield up front. Jay Rona, of course, the record-setting quarterback for the Warriors, his final home game of his outstanding career. It's going to be Bobby Fadden and Dante Retort on the left. They go tight end on the right side. Fadden in motion towards us. Snap, handoff Boston, running left. Boston finds a little bit of room across midfield. There is a flag down in the backfield as Boston gets into Burrell territory to the 47-yard line on first down. We'll check the flag. Appears at the moment it's going to be on Mohawk. And it is an illegal shift on the Warriors, so that's going to back them up 5.
Yeah, it's on Bobby Fadden. I don't think he lined up on the shift. It was kind of just a bang-bang snap, but he was right on the line. He had to be back a little bit more.
So Mohawk will start 1st and 15 from just outside their own 45 at the 44-yard line. Fadden left, Retort right, go extra blocker. Actually, it's tight end on the right side of the formation. Rona in the shotgun. He's got Verdi in that wing. Handoff Boston, banging around the middle. Justin Boston room. Justin Boston gets the penalty yardage back and the first down. He's inside the Burrell 40 all the way down to the Buccaneers 38-yard line.
Simple halfback dive up the middle for Boston, and his burst right through the hole, phenomenal. Again, he's going to have to be big as well with this team. Whenever he gets the ball, it's got to be power runs. He's trying to set up that deep ball, make them think it's play action.
Gain of 18 that time for Boston. And Mohawk one play. We saw him last week, did it again. Verdi's in the slot near side with Logan. It's Retort and Fadden on the left side. Shotgun snap to Rona, pumps, looks, throws deep, wants it all. on first down, got it all, and a touchdown for the Warriors, just like that. Dante Retort, the big play threat. He hit him last week early. He hit him on this field against Beaver Falls, and he hits him here early tonight for the first touchdown of the night with 6:38 to go in the first quarter.
Man, that's just a beautiful rainbow ball by Rona. And shotgun snap, good protection, and just load it up, let it fly, and get that touchdown on the left sideline. What a play.
Josh Wilkins to attempt the point after. Fadden couldn't hang on to it. They throw it out of the backfield, and they'll get the 2-point conversion to Retort anyway. My goodness. Fadden, who had his pass picked off last week on the trick play inside Neshannock's 10, hangs onto that snap, gets it into the end zone to Retort, and we got an 8-0 lead. You're watching and listening to live coverage of the WPIL playoffs on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
After being sidelined with a shoulder injury, 2 minutes in the box isn't so bad. Now get back out there. With AHN Sports Medicine, you're ready for what's next. Your body's rehabbed and recovered. Your legs primed to outskate your defender. Your technical skills perfected. And just like that, you're back. Oh yeah, you're back. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
How long was that pass?
That was a 38-yard touchdown pass from Jay Rona to Dante Retort. And your drive summary, your drive summary brought to you by Joseph's Marketplace. 2 plays, 56 yards, and an 8-0 lead as another Wilkins kick into the end zone for the touchback. So Burrell's going to start 1st and 10 from its own 20 with 6:38 to go in the opening quarter, now in an 8-0 hole.
I want to talk about that fake field goal pass. It was out of necessity. It was an excellent bailout by Bobby Fadden, rolling to his right to find Retort, and you don't really expect that with it. They got a kicker, but I guess that's also where you could trick them up too every once in a while.
See what Burrell does now on its second possession. Again, they move the ball pretty well on their first series and derailed by a penalty as Hassan is going to keep. He goes nowhere as Alex Chapman, who had a monster night against Neshannock last week, is in there to swarm and throw him down. It's a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 2nd and 12.
Yeah. By Jackson with 7. They're going to be a part of the penetration for that Mohawk defensive line, and that was just a run to the right off guard tackle that was shut down beautifully.
This Burrell offense is not built to play from behind, so that's why they want to stay within striking distance. Hassan under center, Hornack in motion. Hassan going to roll out. Actually, they give it a little inside handoff to Beatty, and he is ganged up on. Leighton Wagner, and also it looks like A.J. Verdi and Cash Stratton, Brian Birchfield rather, that is Dan Monaco, the big fella in there on the stop for Mohawk. Gains a couple that time right back near the line of scrimmage for a 2-yard gain, so it's 3rd and 10.
Eric, that was a wingback inside handoff for Beatty. So be prepared for a lot of funky explanations out here, people, if you're listening.
Hassan under center again, 3rd and 10. Hornack in motion. Hassan going to roll out near side. Hassan looks. Hassan fires, slings it downfield, has a man, it's intercepted! Intercepted in open space by Retort. He's got a wall. Retort cuts back to the outside. He's tackled at around the 27-yard line by Dylan Ridley, but there's your interception. Hassan won't throw it much. He does it there, and Retort makes him pay. That is our first turnover of the night. Change of possession brought to you by Moderna Bonner Law. Make sure you protect your possessions at ModernaBonnerLaw.com, your community firm with a personal connection and individualized service with flexible appointment hours. Moderna Bonner Law has a team of experienced lawyers and staff always ready to help. So Retort the pick. Mohawk back in business with 5:02 to go in the first quarter. Hassan, who has thrown the ball well of late, when they've asked him to anyway, makes the first mistake of the night. Logan in motion, handoff Boston, right side, and he is swallowed by Newcomer as he gets to the 25, a gain of 1 that time for Boston, 2nd and 9.
Good pursuit by Burrell with the Boston handoff to the right. Outside linebackers are going to be important in Burrell's defense, a 4-3 multiple, and that means that they could also potentially go 4-4 with their athletes, or even down to a 3-4, so they choose.
2nd down 9 for the Warriors. Fadden to the left, retort right, shotgun for Rona. Boston stands to his left. They got the wingback and Verdi to the left side of the formation. Retort in motion. They go in the little sweep to him. He cuts up field. Dante space 20, tackled inside the 20. Good come from behind tackle that time by Burrell. That is a stop again by Newcomer, but retort is inside the 20-yard line to the 17. Got a quick whistle, and the officials conversing is Tim McCutcheon and company, and there is a hold. That's a late flag thrown on Mohawk, so that's going to negate the majority of that run. I didn't see a flag come in out there.
Yeah, I did not see a yellow piece of laundry out there. There's late flags, and then there's pregnant pause flags.
Well, that was awfully late. That's going to take the ball back to the 35, so that was pretty much right from the line of scrimmage, just outside the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 19. It's a 10-yard penalty. And that's from the original line of scrimmage this season. Run out of the shotgun, pumps, fires, near side, catch made, and in space to the 30, diving forward inside the 30 to the 28 is Blake Logan. That's a 7-yard gain that time for Logan, his first catch of the night. Get a little bit of that back. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 12. Ball is at the 28, so they gave him the nose of the ball to the 28. 3rd down and 12, 3:10 to go, first quarter. Mohawk in front, 8-0. Retort wide left, it's slot left side, Fadden. Logan is on the near side. Verdi is on the left as well. Shotgun snap, Rona looks. Rona, deep ball down the field, looking for his man, and that was a tough catch attempt over on the far side by Retort. He got popped. Rather, that's Fadden who was over there. He got popped by Hassan. And that is going to bring out the field goal unit with Wilkins, who has range. We've talked about that. He has field goals made this season from 37, 26, 41, and 2 weeks ago, 49. This one is going to be a 45-yarder with Fadden holding. And the wind, it's a bit of a crosswind from Wilkins right to left as he sees it. He will put his foot under that one, end over end, and it just can't stretch enough to get over that crossbar. Maybe the wind held that up a little bit, and Burrell's going to take over with 2:47 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, that was a late breeze just at the end of that ball that really made the difference in a made kick and a missed kick. Looks like it may have been a little bit right as well, too.
Of course, Wilkins has been spectacular this season. Up until that point, 4 of 5 on field goal tries this year. That is well within his range, but again, there is a wind here tonight as Burrell will hand off on 1st down to Beatty, and Beatty is across the 20 to the 21 for a 1-yard gain. Give him actually 2. That's his 6th carry already. He's got 27 yards. Mohawk operating in the first half, if you're familiar with it, we'll say towards the school. Scoreboard and the trees and the road to the opposite side, that is where Burrell is attacking. As we see it, if you're listening to us, it's the end zone to our right. Burrell attacking the end zone to our left. Handoff Beatty again, finds room again, right side to the corner. Fadden's there to push him out of bounds. So he gets to the 26-yard line, a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 for Burrell.
Beatty once again off that right side. He's beating the edge. Every time he's at those wide handoffs, those stretch plays, He's consistently beat that edge, and you get a feeling if he gets another blocker out there, he could break one down the right sideline.
They found something on that right side that they like, at least early on. And they break the huddle quick, this Burrell. It is 3rd and 5 from the 28. Hand off, it's Hornak right side this time, and he dives forward, being trailed by Boston. We'll see where they mark it. He does have enough for the first down. It's a gain of 5. He needed 5 and got that exact yardage. And that is going to be the 3rd first down for Burrell here in the first quarter as we hit 1:12 to go in the opening frame.
3 first downs, and they've been able to run it, so we'll see what they could do.
Hassan quick up under center again. He's going to hand off. And almost immediately on that handoff, looks like Jackson Chapman was in there. Yes, he was. And that is Beatty again as we're under 1 minute to go in the quarter. 1-yard gain. And this is the thing with this Burrell offense is this is them. You have to be patient with it if you're a defender. And so far, Mohawk, even though they got to midfield on one drive, Mohawk's played it pretty well so far. Hassan quick under center again, 2nd down 9, handoff, and stood up as McGlisco as he got drilled before he even got to the line of scrimmage. And there's Jackson Chapman once again for Mohawk as we're down to 18 seconds. That should be the final play of the first quarter. Burrell will just let the time tick off the clock. So an interception thrown by Hassan in the first quarter. Didn't lead to any points. Mohawk did capitalize on its first drive, and they have an 8-0 lead in this first-round matchup in the WPIL 2A bracket. Live coverage of this one continues next. You're on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
You can shop for pretty much anything online. Clothes, food, vacations, you name it, all without ever leaving the comfort of your couch. Finally, banking can be just that easy too. With the all-new FMB e-store, you can shop for hundreds of financial products to manage your money, all from the comfort of your couch. From clicks to bricks, we've got you covered. Experience the FMB e-store in branch, on your phone, or online at fmb-online.com.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
Audio coverage of tonight's WPIL 2A first-round matchup is brought to you by the Sons of Italy, Lodge 1171. Veterans Day breakfast next Saturday, the 11th, free to all veterans, active duty military, and their spouses. Doors open at 6:30 a.m. Meal blessing at 7, and then breakfast is served. Honor Guard will pay tribute as well as Burrell starts the second quarter, and that is Hornak who will carry that time on 3rd and 9. And he is close to a first down, about a yard or two short, so a gain of 7 that time. That's going to bring up 4th and 2, and of course Burrell again is in the situation they like here on 4th and short.
Not the drop zone they want to be in if they don't pick up this first down.
They punted on their first series tonight because of a penalty. But again, 4th down, 4th and 2 just underway here in the second quarter outside their own 40 at the 38. Hassan under center. He's going to hand off. Beatty, room, left side this time. Hits a wall of Mohawk defenders, and they are going to stop him short of the first down. A.J. Verdi, Cash Stratton, and Dante Retort converge for the stop, and Mohawk will take over in Burrell territory with 11:07 to go in the first half.
Halfback slam to the left side, and Beatty just runs into a wall. And once again, this is the game that they play, so don't expect if it's first down or they're just short like this. It's going to be a tough way to do business for Burrell.
I like the aggressiveness, but sometimes, especially in playoffs, you got to play field position. And if they want chances to stop Mohawk, giving them the ball in their territory is not necessarily the way to do it.
And they're actually going to bring out the chain game just as a rudimentary thing here.
Beatty had a good head start. He is still short.
Yeah, well short.
Yeah, about a yard, maybe half yard short of the first down. Good job by the crew to measure it, but he had a good head of steam, and then that Mohawk defense just slammed right in there to stop him.
Yeah, the only thing for Beatty, it's not SoFi Stadium. He's not picking up that first down that way. Very close, but that's good pushback by Mohawk, and they got an opportunity to be in the drop zone once again. If another pass from Rona, got to be on high alert, Burrell.
It's going to be Logan wide to the left side, Fadden slot left side. Boston in the backfield, standing to Rona's left. Senior Jay Rona out of the shotgun. Wing is on the near side as well. 1st and 10 Mohawk from the Burrell 39. 11:07 to go in the first half. Mohawk up 8-0. Rona waits. They get it set. Snap. Quick throw near side. Fadden catch 40, 35, 30. Fadden 25, 20. And he's still in bounds as he gets inside the 15. They're going to mark him right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 24 and a first down for Bobby Fadden.
And Fadden, that's a good work of towing that sideline on the left side because it looked like it was probably going to be out at the 19. He was able to tow it, put his shoulders forward, and get that 4 extra yards.
And now another late flag comes in.
I'm wondering what's going on here because I didn't even see that flag thrown until they actually did the little toss with it. Is it getting lost in the grass out there? You mentioned earlier that the grass is a little tall.
So even the operator's confused. That's another 10-yard penalty on Mohawk. So a holding penalty is going to be assessed to the Warriors. It's going to bring up 1st and 20. Boston, the handoff. Boston space, 40 inside the 40. And tripped up there as he gets down to the 42-yard line. You saw King Buchak and Newcomer also on the stop. Good gain on first down to get a bunch of that yardage back.
Actually put them a little bit ahead of that 2nd and 10. It's going to be 2nd and 8 for them. Boston's been big with those after penalties. That's the second time that he's really gained those yardage back.
Yep. Stay ahead of the sticks, however you have to do it. Shotgun for Rona, 2 receivers right side. Hand off Boston again, following his block, tripped up, and he falls down right around the 35-yard line for a 2-yard gain, so it'll be 3rd and 6.
Yeah, unfortunate because he looked like he was going to try to make a little small cut and bounce out more to the right than what he was already doing, going through the guard and tackle one more time.
Runner comes off the sideline for the play. 3rd and 6 from the Burrell 35. 9:45 and a running clock here in the first half. 8-0 Mohawk in front. Retort and Fadden go out to the right side. Verdi and Wagner on the near side. Hip pocket, Boston, Rona shotgun. 3rd and 6. Motion, Fadden, handoff, Boston again. Jump steps through. Now the flag comes in. Boston's got all kinds of space. This is going to come back. Justin Boston racing to the corner, and he is in the end zone for the touchdown for the moment, but there is a flag thrown at the line of scrimmage, and it looks like this is going to be on Mohawk. Again, another holding penalty with 9:22 to go. Takes off the touchdown, and will make this a 3rd and 16 for the Warriors.
That's going to be one thing they work on if they're able to advance in this game. It's discipline because, again, it's been eliminating big plays for them. That's 3 plays.
When you take off the field goal that Wilkins missed too.
Offsetting penalties.
So offsetting penalties is actually going to replay the down then. So it's going to stay 3rd and 6 from the 35.
Face mask on Burrell. That's what they called.
Well, an excellent job then by the officials. No blood, so to speak, on that play. 9:22 again to go. 3rd and 6 from the 35. So we'll redo 3rd down. Mohawk trying to extend an 8-0 lead. Rona hit Retort for a touchdown. Retort will go out wide to the right side. Slot right side is Fadden. Again, extra blockers on the left side of the formation. Rona in the shotgun, 9:03 to go. Snap, handoff Boston. Room to go right side. Boston breaks to the outside. Justin Boston, 20, 15, stays on his feet. 10, 5, touchdown Mohawk. No flags this time. 35-yard touchdown run for Boston. And with 8:53 to go in the first half, Mohawk has a 2-score lead. It's 14-0 Warriors.
Justin Boston just slipped sliding away from those Burrell defenders. He managed to make a little bit of shimmy and a shake at around the 15. He managed to cut free for that final cut, and he walked right into the end zone.
Wilkins to attempt the extra point, Fadden to hold. To the uprights to our left. Good snap this time. Wilkins puts his foot into it end over end. It is up, and it is good. 8:53 to go in the first half. Mohawk 15-0 off the Justin Boston 36-yard touchdown run. This is the WPIL 2A playoffs on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Joseph's Marketplace is Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Fresh meats and produce, full-line deli, homemade foods, and much more. Joseph's Marketplace has hot foods prepared every day. They also have Newcastle favorites like grape leaves, hummus, and wedding soup available daily. Follow Joseph's Marketplace on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates, or stop in to see what's cooking each day. Come hang out at the brand new cafe and bakery, full of great coffee, drinks, sandwiches, snacks, sweets, and free Wi-Fi. In a rush? Go to josephsnc.com and place your cafe order online. Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915.
Joseph's Marketplace drive summary. Justin Boston caps it, 36-yard touchdown run as Burrell receives the kickoff. And breaking up the middle is Beatty. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers over the 35 at the 37-yard line is where Burrell will put it in play, now in a 15-0 hole. This has not gone the way that Sean Leota's offense wanted it to. Again, they moved the ball on their first possession. Got to midfield, penalty derailed that. They had to punt. Mohawk scored. They did hold them off the scoreboard the second time, but then going for it deep in their own territory, Mohawk got the ball back and they made him pay. A little option pitch left side. Hornak trying to get to the edge, and he is wrestled down on the Burrell sideline at the 40, a 2-yard gain that time.
Yeah, he got a little bit of a Russian leg sweep, sling blade on that situation. Very lucky that wasn't a horse collar.
This is a Burrell offense, as we said in the pregame show tonight, that they were, and it's ironic, basically an arena team, which Sean Leota used to coach in the Arena League. He was up in Erie for a while. Hurry up to the line. Hand off Beatty. Beatty trying to pick his way in the middle. He's met right away. A.J. Verdi. Rather, that is Justin Boston immediately. And there is a flag down in the backfield.
That was well after the play, too, so that might be unsportsmanlike.
No, they're going to call another hold.
Wow.
These holding calls tonight have been extremely late. At least that is the initial indication, is that it's a holding penalty. Mohawk's going to decline it. Take the play.
Pardon my French then, but man, these flags, they've come, that was like at least a beat and a half after the play. Just had to confirm it a little bit. Hey, you got it right, so not hating on the official at all. Do your job here.
Yep, toughest job there is Hassan comes off the sideline here on 3rd down. Scoreboard update after the play. Hassan scrambles, fires down the field, pass is tipped and knocked away. Second time he's tried to throw it. Hornak is saying he juggled it. There's a flag thrown on Hornak now, who was complaining about something after the play.
I think he got pushed out. He was complaining about the push out when he was trying to go for the ball.
Sean Leota grabs a hold of him on the sideline, and it is going to be a dead ball personal foul on Burrell, unsportsmanlike conduct rather, on 4th down, and it's going to back up Burrell again, and they will punt it away again this time with 7:57 to go in the first half. Yeah, Hornak got up. He was not happy about the non-call and got almost in the ref's face. I mean, he had to walk by him anyway, but
again, the second time on that rollout left that it's not working out for Burrell. An interception and then an incompletion and then that penalty.
Fadden retort, back to receive. Buchak's punt. It's a nice high twisting spiral that is caught by Retort. Right side, Retort midfield, out of bounds into Burrell territory at the 44. They're going to mark him at the 45. That is where Mohawk will take over again, 1st and 10 with 7:48 to go in the opening quarter, and they have a 15-0 lead. Out-of-town scoreboard update over at Taggart Stadium at Newcastle. Union grabbed a 7-0 lead. Burgettstown has responded. They went for 2, got it. Burgettstown an 8-7 lead on Union, the defending single-A champs in the WPIAL. Out-of-town scoreboard update brought to you tonight by the Newcastle Transit Authority. Why drive when you can relax and ride? Daily routes to Pittsburgh as well as routes all around Lawrence County. Visit newcastletransit.org for more information and route schedules. And remember, senior citizens ride free. 1st and 10, Mohawk, 45, handoff Boston. Boston running left, and he is caught from behind by Newcomer as he gets to the 40. It's a 5-yard gain for Boston, who is running the ball very well here in this first half.
Yeah, every time that he's gotten one of those handoffs, it's been with a purpose. Great initial burst. And a lot of times he's had those Burrell defenders grabbing at air.
Well, I have said this to James Dotson in our previews over the last couple weeks. If you want to win in the month of November and into that first 2 weeks of December in PA, you better be able to run the football. And Boston has certainly made that a priority of late. Logan in motion, snap, Ronan will hand it off to him. Little sweep to the right side, and he is cut down shy of the 35, right around the 30. We've got another flag that comes in well after the play.
They're going to call it a late hit on that. He was down on his knee, and then they continued the throw down there, but I'm not sure about that one. That was just a common occurrence of a continuation of a play. It was like Boston took a knee, and I think they're saying that little mini takedown after it was a late hit. Oh.
This is on Mohawk. Personal foul against Mohawk.
I'm confused about that one.
I am as well. I get what you're saying about the little extra mustard on the tackle. So that would have been 2nd and 5. And it's not after the play, so that's going to take the run off. Correct me if I'm wrong. Would take the run off.
They just moved the marker to 3rd now, so.
Well, they don't. If the personal foul happens, they didn't decline it, so this is still 2nd down. It's not 3rd down as stated on the sticks. Nobody has corrected that or the scoreboard yet. Shotgun snap, Rona. Boston left side. There he is again, picking up the big yardage after the penalty. He gets all of it back and a 1st down to the Burrell 29-yard line for Justin Boston.
Well, that's one way to correct everything. It was should be a 2nd down. They ruled it 3rd, and he picks up a 1st down anyway.
Well, he is running the ball with authority here in this first half, trying to still figure out all that penalty yardage. That's just something not adding up there. That is a gain of 23 for Boston, who's now has 96 yards on 7 carries. I'll give it to him again, right side. Boston picking his way. Good run on 1st down by Boston as he gets down to the 22-yard line, a gain of 7. That's going to put him over a century here in the first half. 8 carries, 103 yards. The penalty, by the way, so the run by the catch, or the run by Logan did count on the penalty. And the foul comes from at least how they marked it off where the penalty occurred. All sorts of confusion here from some of these calls early on. Anyway, Rona shotgun, 2nd and 7, or 2nd and 2. High snap, throws near side. Fadden has it blocked, turns on the Jets. Fadden, 10-5. Bobby Fadden, touchdown Mohawk. No flags, little jawing afterwards back at the line, but it's a 21-yard touchdown pass from Jay Rona to Bobby Fadden. And just like that, Mohawk takes advantage again of the stop, and it's 21-0.
Yeah, swing pass out to the left, and that's just getting your guy in space and letting him do what he does. Bobby Fadden, what a run by him. Everything rolling for Mohawk.
Fadden, we'll give you numbers after the break as Wilkins will kick it away. Fadden to hold, and we get a flag on the, why wouldn't we have a flag on the kick attempt? Fadden's second catch tonight. Is exactly 100 yards on 4 of 5 passing here in the first half. Fadden will hold. Again, they'll back up the point after try after the penalty. Wilkins, good snap. Foot into it, end over end is up, and it is good. 5:25 to go in the first half. Bobby Fadden, a 21-yard touchdown reception. Mohawk, a 22-0 lead. This is the WPIL 2A playoffs on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
I'm Kevin Sapp. I'm president of the Mohawk Education Association. We are one of the sponsors for the Lawrence County SportsNet. We would like to take a moment to wish all of Lawrence County student athletes health and safety as they compete. In particular, we would like to wish luck to all of Mohawk student athletes as they represent our school with pride.
Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Natalie Lape of Mohawk Cross Country as the October LGKG Female Athlete of the Month for her comeback performance and leading her team to another WPIL championship. LC SportsNet is also proud to honor Braylon Thomas of Union Football as October's LGKG Male Athlete of the Month as the first player in county history to throw for and run for 1,000 yards in the regular season. Congratulations and best of luck to Mohawk's Natalie Lape and Union's Braylon Thomas, October's LGKG Athletes of the Month.
Kickoff trails into the end zone by Wilkins, third touchdown or touchback of the night. Mohawk a 22-0 lead. Tonight's audio broadcast is again brought to you by the Sons of Italy, Lodge 1171. Full hall renovation is underway at the Sons of Italy on Mill Street in downtown Newcastle. Start booking graduation parties, birthday celebrations, anniversaries, and weddings for spring of 2024 and beyond. Call 724-658-9390 for more information. So Burrell in a 22-0 hole now, and they will try to get something going here offensively. Again, keep going back to it. First drive looked good, got to midfield, and once that stalled out, Mohawk has made them pay. That drive summary brought to you by Joseph's Marketplace, and Bobby Fadden, a 21-yard touchdown run, or touchdown reception rather. And it's 22-0. Mohawk had a botched extra point try on its first touchdown. That's how we got to 22. We get a timeout here with 5:25 to go in the first half. That'll be our second Pontius Insurance timeout of the game. Make sure you take the timeout to save money on your insurance. Call agent Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, or Tracy Giddings to get started today. Get the best rates and customer service by calling a local agent at Pontius Insurance. Eric Thomas, Tyler Polk with you here tonight at Mohawk High School. Those of you watching on the NFHS Network, thank you very much for that. Those of you listening on the Lawrence County SportsNet website or via YouTube, we also thank you for tuning in tonight as well. 22-0 Mohawk is in control here with 5:25 to go in the first half.
Yeah, critical drive for Burrell. Avalanche may be on a little bit with this 22-0 hole, but with Mohawk taking the ball to begin the second half, points are critical at this point. It's all about trying to not get mercy rolled first and then working your way back into this game firmly.
Monty Christian, Waynesburg Central await the winner of this game next week in the quarterfinals. That'll be at a neutral site. Trying to run down the scores for you. Coming up at halftime as Burrell will break the huddle, and they will try to get things going here. A little double handoff, play blown dead. See what we got here. That timeout, by the way, was Burrell's. They didn't actually assess a timeout, it looks like, on the score, but I missed who it was called by. I think it was called by Mohawk, actually.
It was called by Mohawk.
Okay. So they have 2 left. This penalty, there is a penalty here on that stop, and it's going to back up Burrell 5 more yards. 3rd penalty of the night for Burrell. One costly one that made them punt on their first drive after they had moved the ball pretty well as Hassan's under center. Hassan going to roll out, looking downfield, looking, fires, pass is incomplete on his sideline. And that will bring up 2nd and 15 with 5:16 to play until halftime.
Yeah, we've seen these rollouts to the left, and I think it's just well scouted out by Mohawk because everyone is shifting that formation to the left, and it's just not complex enough to make Mohawk think right now. They just know where to go in this situation.
2nd and 15 from the 30. They go quick again. Hornak off the handoff, working his way right side, and he has stood up. Joey Nail and also Justin Boston in on the stop for Mohawk. It's going to bring up a 3rd down, and we'll call it about 12 on a 3-yard gain for Hornak that time. This Mohawk defense has, unlike last week, really responded to the challenge of a power rushing attack. Neshannock just controlled that game last week as Hassan's under center on 3rd down and 12. Hassan going to throw it again. Looks, fires it deep, has a man, Beatty, and he overshoots him. He had him there on the left side and just a little too much on that. It's going to bring up 4th and 12.
Yeah, that's a rough play right there. That was a good design. Beatty was open. He had a seam on the left side. Again, it's fingertips just away from them.
So they'll punt it away again. King Buchak is out to do the honors, and it's Fadden and Retort standing just outside the 40, their own 40-yard line. Fadden up at the 39. Retort bounces back towards the 36. Low snap. King Buchak gets it. He went to a knee to get it, it looks like. Or did they call a timeout? Nope. He went down to a knee. They say he went to a knee to retrieve the ball, and therefore that ball is downed where he went to get it, and it's at the 20, and that's where Mohawk is going to take over. That'll go as essentially a turnover on downs, a change of possession brought to you by Madurb Honor Law. Make sure you protect your possessions at Madurb Honor Law, your community firm with a personal connection and individualized service with flexible appointment hours. Madurb Honor Law has a team of experienced lawyers and staff always ready to help.
Well, I've seen it all officially with that. I didn't think that was possible. I think they would gave a grace period to the punter in that situation off a bad snap, but you learn something new every day, and that's just rough for Burrell.
From the 19, Sean Leota is going to call a timeout with 4:31 to go in the first half. That is another Pontius Insurance timeout. Make sure you take time out to save money on your insurance. Get the best rates and customer service by calling a local agent at Pontius Insurance today. Visit PontiusInsurance.com to request a quote for auto, home, business, or life insurance. Big thanks to the guys working here with us tonight in the elements. It's a dry night, which is an important thing, but man, is it a cold one, and we're on the rooftop here at Mohawk High School. 60s all day today, and it just plummeted with the wind blowing here tonight. Feels probably about 6 to 7 degrees colder than what it actually likely is. Mohawk's going to have a 1st and 10 from the Burrell 19-yard line, attacking the end zone to our left. And they lead it 22-0. It just, after that first drive, has unraveled for Burrell here tonight. Logan will go out wide to the right. Wide left is Fadden. Boston again in the backfield with Rona. Stands in the shotgun, the senior. Line gets set. Snap, handoff Boston. Why not? Hop step through the middle. And he's going to get to the 15. And ganged up on there. Big fella Joey Guarini in the middle for Burrell with the stop. It's going to be a 4-yard gain for Boston. Bring up 2nd down and 6.
So this drive for Mohawk is just about setting up that first drive of the second half to get a rolling clock with them. And That's going to be something that I'm going to have to explain on the scoreboard show. I've never seen anything like that. Still stunned about it.
3:57 to go. 2nd and 6 for Mohawk. Rona shotgun, 2 near side. It's Fadden and retort. Handoff Boston again, left side. Justin Boston, big head of steam. 5 to the goal line. Touchdown Mohawk. No flags and another touchdown for Justin Boston, who is having a monster first half for this Warriors team. It's 28-0 Mohawk.
And he's just automatic. Anytime that he gets the ball, it's an automatic at least 4 or 5 gain, and this time he just takes advantage of a hole on the left side in between the tackle and guard, and he's just in there for the end zone. I don't know what to say. What a great night for him.
2 touchdown passes for Rona. That snap dribbles back to Fadden, picks it up. Fadden trying to keep it alive. Fadden rolls back to the near side. Fadden will launch it to the end, actually pump faked it, threw it, had it knocked down. Then we get another flag back around the 20-yard line. As Jack Mays was mixed up with one of the Burrell players. We'll see what the flag is all about there. Referee's talking about this one with 3:46 to go in the first half. Boston, by the way, and that flag is on Burrell. What did they say? Offsetting. Because they're not going to retry the point. I mean, it's a moot point essentially for Mohawk, because either way, another touchdown and a successful conversion. All right, so the penalty is going to be assessed on the kickoff. So they take, excuse me, so they take the extra point miss. If the penalty is assessed on the kickoff, I'm a little confused here as to why, if this is on Burrell, that's not re-kicked. I guess Mohawk opted to not re-kick it or take it on the kickoff. Anyway, it's 28-0 with 3:46 to go. Wilkins will boot it away. This is, and as expected, an end-over-end touchback.
Through the
Wilkins
uprights.
almost splits, and he does split the uprights. So Burrell will take over. 1st and 10 on its own 20, down by 28. Boston in the first half, 10 carries, 122 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He has been spectacular running the football here tonight. This Mohawk offense has gotten its juice back. That is a good sign going forward. This is a team that believes it can go deep into the playoffs. Going to have a tough test next week either way. They're on the road next week as Hornack will get the handoff. Nice little cutback by Cooper, and he will fight his way up to the 30-yard line where Retort and Nail will step up and make the stop, and Hornack is slow to get up. In fact, he has not gotten up yet. So they will tend to him. Should be enough for Burrell first down as they tend to Hornack here. He is still on the ground. Let's take a timeout while we have a chance. 3:33 to go in the first half. 28-0 Mohawk. This is the WPIL 2A tournament on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance, and receive the personalized service you deserve.
So Cooper Hornack is okay. He is walking off the field on his own, which is a good sign to see. It's 2nd down and 1 officially for Burrell with 3:33 to go in the first half. Buccaneers trail it by 28. Trying to get something going here before the half. Mohawk needs one more touchdown for the mercy rule. Hassan hands off McGlisco, and he is stood up immediately by Joey Nail, who's having himself a second quarter on defense for this Warriors team. Tim McCutcheon and company will call another timeout with 3:15 to go. They want the ball back, and they want to score before the half and get that mercy rule and that running clock in effect in the second half.
Definitely going for it, and right now, nothing going well for Burrell. It feels that all of that rush against Mohawk last week with Neshannock, they've just taken it out on Burrell. There's been a few bright spots for the Bucks, but not any lately for them.
No, I think you're 100% right in that. They took that very personal. They were fortunate enough to get a home game once again here, the last home game for this impressive senior class for Tim McCutcheon. They have built themselves into a power. They were 1-17 right around the time McCutcheon took over, and he has built them into a perennial contender. And they got the squad this year to maybe make some noise as they will hand it off on third down to Beatty. And Beatty, a good run, is going to have the first down as he gets to the 34-yard line, a 5-yard gain on 3rd and 1. So Mohawk just going to let the clock run here after that first down pickup. Burrell breaks the huddle, 1st and 10, 34. Handoff. Hornak slipped as he got the handoff, went right to a knee, and loses yardage back to the 30-yard line. A loss of 4 that time will bring up 2nd and 14.
That's tough. That sweep looked like it could have developed something for Hornak to go out to the right side. He had a blocker or two right in front and maybe some opportunity off the sideline. Just, again, everything that could go wrong for Burrell right now has gone wrong.
And again, they looked extremely impressive on their opening drive. Got the ball to midfield. Penalty. They had 4th and short. Hassan under center, hands off Beatty. Beatty picking his way in the middle. And he's going to get tripped up. Joey Nail, another stop for Mohawk. Good run on 2nd and long, and that's going to get it across the 40 to the 35 to the 36. That's going to bring up 3rd down and about 8 for Burrell.
It's double duty for them in this situation. They don't want to give Mohawk any time to potentially mount another scoring drive before the half.
Hassan under center, Hornak in motion. They give it to him on the little sweep. Trying to get to the outside and then flying in. We got another flag. Flying in for the stop is Joey Nail once again. Flag is thrown over on that far side where the run took place. Referees will discuss this with 1:22 to go in the first half. Face mask on Mohawks. So this is going to be an automatic first down for Burrell with 1:22 to go. The run will stand.
Type of things that Burrell feasts on, these penalties that are just really disciplined. It's just rough.
Get up to the line quick again. 1st and 10 for Burrell. Hassan going to roll out, drops back deep, throws back to the near side. Beatty the catch, Beatty a block, 45, and then dragged down near the 40. Good little throwback by Hassan and Beatty as Logan makes the stop for Mohawk, and that will take the ball to the Warriors' 40, just outside a first down, a little 9-yard completion.
Yeah, and that's what you said there, that throwback. It's built by those rollouts to the left, and they go up to the line quickly.
You snap it quick. Hassan going to roll out again. Looking. Pressure coming by Nail. Hassan unloads it to nobody on his sideline, and it's incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1 with 45 seconds to go.
Could have potentially looked for Dylan Ridley on that little dagger concept over the middle, and that's a runner doing a streak, and then the tight end coming over from the right side to the left with some elevation, but there was also a defender. I think that was number 9 for Mohawk, Dante Retort, looking for another interception, where that play just ran out of steam.
Coming up at halftime, it's the LGKG halftime show. Your insurance company is not always on your side, but the law offices of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George are. Visit them at lgkg.com for a free consultation. Beatty's going to carry again.
He's got forward progress.
36 and a first down for Burrell with 37 seconds and a running clock. They go quick again. Hassan will throw it. Hassan uncorks it down the field. Hornak diving effort, and it's incomplete.
He's frustrated with that. Once again, they try that little in route towards the sideline, and Hornak, I think the ball was just a little bit behind him, and he slammed the ground in frustration. But for Burrell, this has to be the best possible scenario for them in the final moments of the first half. They're past midfield. They have a opportunity to score. That penalty once again looming huge. There's things that Mohawk's got to fix, and it's discipline.
Shift out of the little muddle huddle. Hassan in the shotgun. And it's second down. Hassan to fire it. He won't have time. In there once again is Joey Nail with 20 seconds to go in the half. He has been everywhere for this Mohawk defense in the second quarter. Gonna get a timeout, the final one, looks like called. So the officials stopped the clock with 11 seconds to go. I didn't see a designation of timeout yet. And we finally got it here. It looks like Burrell called their final timeout with 11 seconds to go. And they will have a mile on third down to go on what could be the final play of the first half. Joey Nail has just been outstanding. And we get a flag as Sean Leota is all the way out near midfield yelling at the officials. And they throw a flag on the veteran head coach of Burrell, 24th year. He is not happy about something. And they throw 2 more flags on him. Apparently they didn't like the vocabulary by Leota that time.
Oh man, well, that could be the gate.
And that's, yeah, I mean that's what you have to think about here is they just throw a flag on him and then 2 more. And if those are both personal fouls on Leota, he is ejected. I'm not sure what he was arguing about. But whatever the case is, this crew was not happy with it. Again, there's 11 seconds to go. It would be a 3rd and 26. Leota's still out there on the field. They're going to discuss with Tim McCutcheon now what he wants to do as far as the penalties go. These are 2 flags after the play. They're going over now to talk to the Burrell huddle. Leota's talking to Esau King-Buchak, so there is something that happened with him. He is still discussing with the officials. 3 flags thrown on Leota here.
I'm not sure what it could be. We don't have a mic to pick up what could have possibly happened down there, nor have a reporter that could tell us what might be the issue. But
well, Tyler McGlisco also is being talked to by one of the coaches on Burrell. Leota is still out there arguing something with the officials. And what it appears, at least from what we can tell, somebody I think, and I'm not certain about this, but somebody on that Burrell sideline I think is getting ejected.
McGlisco has his helmet off, and he's sort of walking in a holding pattern right now at about the 42 as he's walking off the field. So with a coach right behind him and he drops his helmet.
Well, and the other thing is that almost the entire Burrell staff is out there talking to the officials now, and Leota's sort of in the background of it, so I'm not sure. He is still arguing out there. They're all pleading their case. This has brought the first half to a screeching halt. Again, 3 flags thrown on Sean Leota. He was out near midfield yelling at the officials. Tyler McGlisco has his helmet off. Esau King Buchak was being talked to by one of the coaches. His helmet is off. Now Leota's walking away from the situation. Looks like we have the game manager is also out there to talk to the officials. This is just insane what is happening right now.
It's just been a very ugly first half in terms of discipline really on both sides. Though Mohawk, it's more in the game.
All right, we're finally getting a call here. Sean Leota's been ejected. He is, he's taking his team off the field. He is taking his team off the field. There's still 11 seconds left on the first half clock, and the officials are telling him to wind it. Sean Leota is still yelling at the officials. Now, here come more officials up to, he's still arguing with the officials. Now he turns to talk to his assistant coaches. The game manager went over to Sean Leota and was walking with him, almost in a manner in which he has been ejected. We have no clarity as to what in the heck is going on here. King Buchak is over there as well. And now Mohawk is bringing their team out onto the field.
I know this is a wild concept, but are they ending this? I've never seen something like this.
It looks like Mohawk's waiting until they clear the area to get to the locker room.
Okay, yeah, they are in the same area, but man, just the way that everything went down.
Just keep an eye on what's going on here. We can turn around and have a vantage point of Burrell as they're on the way to the locker room. Their locker room is directly in back of us. Got security over there. They're running into the locker room. And Tyler, you brought up the point there. That's what it looked like, you know, at least at first. With the way the first half was ending here. Now let's before we go to break here, let's quick recap this. So the play happens. We'll get you the halftime show here in a minute. The play happens. There's 11 seconds left. It looks like Burrell calls a timeout, their last timeout, to hold on to the 11 seconds, try to do something before the half is over. All of a sudden, there's an officials conversation near midfield, and next thing you know, Sean Leota's coming out to midfield. He gets a flag thrown on him. Then he gets 2 more flags thrown on him. The conversation, the argument continues over on the Burrell sideline. They come over to the Mohawk sideline to ask what they want to do about the penalties. There are 2 Burrell players over on the far side who are being talked to, almost in a way reprimanded by the coaches, McGlisco and King Buchak. They both have their helmets off. McGlisco slams his helmet down. Leota and the entire coaching staff are out to the field to argue with the officials over what's going on. We have no clarity as to what happened. We don't have a clarity as to whether or not Leota's been ejected. He was almost in a manner being escorted by the game manager and then just kind of waved off the first half with 11 seconds to go and the clock stopped. Takes his team off the field. They wind the clock. Mohawk waits. They go to the locker room too. And I'm going to be honest with you, we don't have any idea what the heck's going on here. But we do know that it's 28-0 Mohawk, and they had the lead here at halftime. So we'll send you to the LGKG halftime show. We'll watch the bands here, and we'll come back. We'll talk about this. We'll try to get this whole situation sorted out and find out what the heck's going on. But anyway, Mohawk leads at 28-0. You're watching the WPIL playoffs on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
You are now tuned into the Luxembourg, Garvin, Kelly, and George halftime show on the Lawrence County SportsNet, featuring performances by your marching bands and recapping the action from the first half of the game. You've been watching the Luxembourg.
Good evening, and please welcome to the field tour 2023 Mohawk Warrior Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Jason Zay, Assistant Director Mr. Justin Hadicott, Auxiliary Advisor Mrs. Megan Hunt, and band assistants Ms. Katie Barrington and Mr. Jack Isaac. We are proud to present you this year's program, All In. The band will take over the field with Uprising by Muse, followed by this summer's hottest concert ticket, Taylor Swift, with her hit, Ready For It. We'll take you back to 2000 with NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye, and closing out the performance will be the Beatles' classic, Come Together. Drum majors, Emma Gallagher and Nolan Bonner, is your band ready?
watching the Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly and George Halftime Show, presented by the law firm of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly and George, serving the Newcastle area for 90 years.
When injuries get you sidelined, don't trust just anyone to get you back on the field. Visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy in Shenango Township. They want to get you back to the top of your game as quickly as possible with certified orthopedic and manual therapies. At Health in Motion, you receive quality one-on-one time with a board-certified physical therapist. Get the next generation of physical therapy to help in your recovery. Health in Motion is the first PT clinic in Western Pennsylvania to use the Newbie, the neurobioelectric stimulator, in their therapies. Their technologies can reduce your time on the sideline from 3 or 4 weeks to just 3 or 4 days. Don't wait for months to see improvement. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion, keeping you moving.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measel will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet. GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builder has been building our community for 70 years.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
You've been watching the LGKG halftime show here from Mohawk High School. Your insurance company is not always on your side, but the law offices of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George are. Visit online at lgkg.com for a free consultation. Let their law firm of AV-rated attorneys and super lawyers guide you through the legal process. Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 80 years. Eric Thomas, Tyler Polk with you here at halftime. Mohawk has a 28-0 lead. And we thank you for either watching us or listening to us tonight. And again, the audio coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by the Sons of Italy, Lodge number 1171. Veterans Day breakfast next Saturday, the 11th. Free to all veterans, active duty military, and their spouses. Doors open at 6:30 a.m., meal blessing at 7. And then breakfast is served. Honor Guard will pay tributes as well. Veterans Day festivities continue into the evening. No cover cost for all vets and active duty military with ID for the Plains over Vegas and Cut Loose show. Doors open at 7. Show begins at 8. Open to the public. Visit Sons of Italy 1171 on Facebook for more details. All right, let's give you what we know here about what's happened and what did happen at the end of the first half. So after the play on what was second down, timeout was called by Burrell. Sean Leota, the head coach, told the officials that somebody from Mohawk said something inappropriate to one of his players. We believe the player to be Esau King Buchak. We're not sure. Tyler McGlisco was also involved in something and frustrated and throwing his helmet over the sideline. So we're not 100% sure what was said, if anything was said, or how that all transpired. He came out to midfield, yelled at the officials. They threw 2 personal foul flags on him. He is ejected and sitting on the team bus right now. There was a police escort for the officials and for, I believe, the teams. I didn't see Mohawk come out, but that all just happens in the last 11 seconds of the first half. Leota takes his team off the field, and at that point, it looked like he was taking them off the field for good, like he wanted this game to be over with the whole situation, but they are back out on the field warming up, so we will have a second half. But he is ejected.
For the record, McGlisco's out.
Yeah, and
he's out there.
Tyler McGlisco is on the field. Esau King Buchak is also on the field, but he's got his helmet off right now, so we're not sure of his status. Had any of those guys been thrown out as well, they would not be on the field now either. They would either be in the locker room on the bus with Sean Leota. So it looks like those 2 are okay as far as playing. Whatever happened, we're not sure exactly of what happened, but the brass tacks of it is that Sean Leota is ejected from this game, will not coach it, is sitting on the team bus right now. There will be 2 personal fouls assessed to Burrell on the kick to start the second half. And if Mohawk scores again, we have a running clock. And, you know, honestly, without playing any kind of favorites, let's just kind of hope it gets to that and nothing else happens here in the second half, because that was a bit of a mess in what was otherwise, until that point, a really interesting first half. I mean, again, Burrell moved to midfield on their first drive. A penalty derailed that. They had to punt. Mohawk took advantage of it. And then they hold Mohawk off the board on the second drive, so it's still 8-0, but then just too deep in their own territory, penalties, having to punt the ball away. They really weren't going for it on 4th down. Mohawk took advantage of a lot of good field opportunities in that first half.
Taking a look right now at the middle of the field, Mohawk and Burrell, their captains are right now meeting at midfield, so this may be for remediation of what happened at the end of the first half.
Yeah, Alex Chapman, Brian Birchfield, A.J. Verdi, Dante Retord, it's Esau King Buchak, Cooper Hornock, Tyler McGlisco, and Devin Beatty, who are all out there on the field. They're going to shake hands. It's a good sign. Tristan Brothers also out there. He is the injured player for Burrell, who their defensive MVP, who is out for the season. So they shake hands. They walk away, game managers, everybody all around, making sure everything is copacetic, and we'll kick things off here. Not sure who the head coach or the acting head coach for Burrell will be here in the second half. It is not Sean Leota. He is ejected from this game. And, I mean, if what we heard is accurate, my hat's off to him for continuing to argue the point, and that's kind of where we'll leave it for now. But Burrell will kick it away, and it'll be Fadden and Retort that are back deep to receive. Now, they aren't assessing any penalty here, so the penalty must have been assessed on what would have been the final play of the half, because they are kicking off from the 40. So nothing assessed here, so we were told inaccurate information on the kick. It's a little onside kick, and it's going to be recovered, it looks like, by Burrell to start things here in the second half.
They're pointing, they're saying it's their ball. And it is their ball.
It is their ball. And in there on the recovery, good onside kick to start things here in the second half. That was Luke Boylan, the offensive lineman, who was in there to recover it for his side. And Burrell with a short field, trying to take advantage of it here. And again, this is only a 1 score away from a mercy rule, so Burrell's trying to extend it as much as they possibly can. They break that huddle quick. Passing on first down, is going to hand it off And a head of steam by Beatty, but that is going to get snuffed out pretty quick after a 1-yard gain by the Mohawk defense. Just a wild situation to close the first half here. And by the way, on the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority, last report we had Burgettstown and Union are tied at 15. Hassan under heavy pressure, and he is going to get slammed to the turf back near the 40-yard line. Joey Nail, Justin Boston, a whole bunch of guys back there for the Mohawk defense. That's going to bring up third down and long for this Burrell team about a minute into this third quarter.
A big play on that. We've seen that Burrell rollout, and it's had varying degrees of non-success. An interception, a few sacks, and now we've seen more of that.
Hassan going to roll out again on 3rd and 20. Throw back near side. It's almost intercepted and falls incomplete. Joey Nail read that one perfectly. They went to that play in the first half for a nice gain, and Nail that time just staying right with Beatty. The Dueling 11s will bring up 4th down with 10:42 to go in the third quarter as Fadden and Retort will go back deep to receive the punt by Burrell.
Nail was kind of just falling sideways trying to get that interception. If he was more upright, that's a pick, and probably he's taking it back to the house.
So Burrell, after the onside kick, does nothing with it. Go in reverse. King Buchak, a nice high up in the lights punt that is going to hit and take a very, very slight Burrell bounce all the way back to the 21 of the Warriors, and we get another flag thrown near midfield. This one is at the 45-yard line.
It's another penalty well after a play, and the words have been just too much on both sides.
This is going to be a very heavily officiated second half. It is a dead ball personal foul, and it is against Burrell. And I expect this to be you're putting yourself in danger of the game being called off if this continues. And both coaches are going to have to get things under control. There is no need for any of that to be going on. It's been a chippy game as far as penalties and things anyway, but it got a lot chippier at the end of the first half. And here we are with the Mohawk first down on their own 31 as Rona throws near side. Retort sheds a block, 45 midfield, 45-40, and is gang tackled from behind at the 34-yard line. Beatty and company down there to make the stop, but a first down on the first play of the second half for Mohawk.
Yeah, 47-yard catch and run there. We're flipping the field for Mohawk, and that's been one of those plays that's been really successful. The easy screen pass and just putting it out in an area where Retort or Fadden can go make a play.
2 catches, 85 yards for Retort tonight. 1 near side is Logan, 2 far side, Fadden and Retort. Shotgun snap, Rona back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, pumps, little flip pass down the field, looking for A.J. Verdi, and that is incomplete. Stevie Hassan the coverage for Burrell, and that will bring up 2nd and 10 from the 34 of Burrell with 9:44 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's the first time that a pass in the flat hasn't been complete by Rona in this game, and that's been one of their more successful plays, the little curl flat in there, an opportunity for them to get in space.
2nd and 10 for the offense, for the Mohawk offense. Retort and Fadden near side. Wing far side is Verdi. Shotgun for Rona. Boston to his right. From the 34 of Burrell, handoff Boston. Left side, follows a block. Upfield, 25, 20, 15, and tackled at around the 10-yard line by Hornak. And also, well, Christian Brancato is out there for Burrell, number 10. He didn't start. Remember, Sean Leota told us that he was out of this game and that A.J. Mitchell was going to start in his place, but he is out there now, and he was in on the stop that time. Going to be first and goal from the 9 on a good run by Boston, who's had himself a pretty big night here tonight.
Burrell timeout,
Yep.
so
Burrell did call a timeout. That is a Pontius Insurance timeout. Make sure you take the timeout to save money on your insurance. Call Dan Pontius, Jessica Drakes, or Tracy Giddings to get started today. Visit PontiusInsurance.com to request a quote for auto, home, business, or life insurance. Boston continues to pile up the yardage here tonight. He is up to 145 yards rushing on 11 carries. Remember, he had his best night as a running back 2 weeks ago against Western Beaver. And that high-powered passing attack. Western Beaver in the playoffs as well. A lot of people think they might make a run because of how they can throw the football. We'll see.
Burgettstown and Union just made it to the half, and Burgettstown's ahead 23-17 over the defending champs.
Unbelievable. First and goal for Mohawk at the Burrell 9. 9:34 to go here in the third quarter. Fadden retort to the right. Shotgun for Rona. Snap, good one, throws far side. Fadden a little look-in screen. Fadden bounces to the outside, angling towards that corner, reaches out, dives, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown pass from Jay Rona to Bobby Fadden, and Mohawk is a point after away from a running clock. It's 34-0.
Boy, Fadden was just able to touch that pylon. That's the difference between a touchdown and a touchback. Excellent work by Fadden on that catch and run. Shook him a little bit at the right hash mark and managed to curl its way into that right pylon for the score.
Wilkins to attempt the extra point. They've had some problems tonight on the point after, but that one is up, and it is true. So 9:25 to go in the third quarter. We'll have a running clock the rest of the way. Mohawk a 35-0 lead in the WPIL 2A playoffs. You're watching live coverage of the playoffs on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
At Penn West University, we're making college make sense again for people who maybe thought college wasn't the answer. We're making college practical with programs tied to in-demand jobs that prepare you for success right away. We're making college accessible by breaking down barriers and offering more choices. We're making college approachable with faculty who understand where you're coming from and help you get where you're going. At Penn West, we're making college valuable again for people just like you. Learn more at pennwest.edu.
Bobby Fadden, a 9-yard touchdown reception from Jay Rona, his second touchdown of the night. First one 21 yards, that one 9. Mohawk 35-0, and they will keep the clock moving here the rest of the way. As Wilkins again will punch this one into the end zone, and a touchback.
So this was worst case scenario for Burrell. First drive for Mohawk after they recovered the onside kick. A touchdown for the Warriors, and now time against them for this running team. And the pass, it hasn't really been effective for them in this game.
Mohawk in the red zone on that last play. Make sure that last possession, make sure you stop by the red zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all of your county sporting apparel needs. Sporting goods, custom apparel, embroidery, and more. Voted best of the best in Lawrence County. That run on first down by Hornack. A short gain, maybe a yard that time. What do you do here if you're Burrell? I mean, you've got to continue to run your stuff. You got to continue to try to get something positive. These are all, for the most part, underclassmen on your team. Trying to build a program. And Sean Leota's done a good job of putting together a playoff caliber team 3 seasons in a row as Hassan is quick to the line. Hands off, Beatty up the middle. Beatty slipped through the arms of one guy, and then Dan Monaco and company are there for the stop. Alex Chapman, rather Scooter McPherson, also on the tackle that time.
it's a tough sell for Burrell in this situation. And you also want to keep on feeding it to your big guy who's a senior in Beatty as a thank you over the last 4 seasons, but you're also trying to simultaneously build for the future, and it's tough.
And here is Hornack. Big gain for Hornack, and he is dragged down, lost the football, and Mohawk's going to recover it. He got to the 45, and it looked like Leighton Wagner stripped him, and then Joey Nail, who has been the man tonight defensively from Mohawk, recovers it for the Warriors with 7:14 to go.
Man, that's just a microcosm of the night for Burrell. Just when it looks like it's successful, here comes a flag, or in this case, here comes a turnover. And it's a team that's predicated on so much. No penalties to them, penalties by the other team, and capitalizing off of turnovers and mistakes, and Mohawk's played almost perfect.
Trying to add to it from the Burrell 43, 1st and 10, 6:40 to go, running clock, third quarter, 35-0 Mohawk. Handoff, this is Cash Stratton, his first carry of the night to the 40. And he is wrestled to the ground by Jacob Wilson. Good 4-yard run by the talented freshman. I expect big things out of him next year. Bobby Fadden looks like he's appears to be set to take over as the quarterback next year. And he will be on the slot near side alongside Retort as they attack the end zone to our left. Up by 35, Rona on the shotgun. 2nd and 6, good snap, slings it near side. Fadden, that little zip out pass again. Fadden a first down inside the 30 and tackled at the 25 of Burrell on a 14-yard gain.
Yeah, that's the entire strategy for Mohawk. They've been attacking the flats. Aside from that long bomb for the first touchdown from Rona to Retort, it's really been that flat attack for them.
We got an injured player on the field for Burrell. And that is Brancato, who's down.
Remember, he's coming back into this game. Thoughts of him not dressing. He dresses for the second half. So, of course, that's the one thing you're looking out of him. You hope he's able to get through this game cleanly. He's a senior. So, this is his last night of football. It's nearing towards, and you hope that he's able to come out of this healthy to try to see if he can wrangle up a college offer somewhere if he chooses.
Out-of-town scoreboard update brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority. 30-24 Burgettstown early third quarter. That is against the defending single-A champion, WPIL champion Union. Out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority. Gas prices continue to rise. Save money on gas and let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go, serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way.
That would be such a shocker for a program, an athletics program like Union that's really just run up and down over the last 2 years. There's been at least one team from Union, whether it's boys or girls, sometimes they're going in at the same time, that made it to a championship game. It's Title Township for a reason, as James Dotson wisely puts through.
He is over at that game at Taggart Stadium at Newcastle, so if you choose to flip on over to that, you can get the audio broadcast on the Lawrence County Sports Network webpage, or if you're watching on the NFHS Network, you can also flip over to that on the NFHS Network. 1st and 10 for Mohawk, 5:37, clock continues to run at the Burrell 25-yard line. Rona in the shotgun, Logan near side, it's Retort on the far side. They hand it off up the middle to Fadden. Fadden breaks out left. Fadden carrying the load. And rather, was that Stratton? That was Stratton who had to carry that time. And another first down for Mohawk as they continue to push it here with 5:13 to go in the third.
Yeah, Stratton, he's also a tough runner as well. He had Dylan Ridley wrapped around the waist and thighs, but he was able to finally take him down inside the 10, a 1st and goal. Another opportunity for Mohawk to put some more up.
Fadden will go wide to the far side. Near side, it is Retort. Stratton stays in the backfield. Boston's night, at least offensively, appears done. Handoff Stratton right up the gut. Catch Stratton, cuts back, touchdown Mohawk. And a flag comes in after the play. Another flag comes in after the play again. Stratton, or one of the players, rather, McPherson, lost his helmet, so he's got to come off the field. 2 flags again. Let's see if this is a late hold that would negate the touchdown. You can hear the wind in our mics still whipping around. We're uncovered here on the roof at Mohawk High School with 4:45 to go in the third quarter. It is a windy night here in Bessemer. Retort walking back towards the coaching staff, and they're coming over to discuss something with Tim McCutcheon.
So that probably leans the flag towards Burrell in that situation.
This is against Burrell, and they wait the decision. It's a personal foul on Burrell. And there is a second personal foul on Burrell, and they've ejected a player from Burrell. So not only has Burrell lost its head coach, but they are about to lose a player too, and we'll see who it is as Wilkins comes out. Now, one of the linemen is
Number
leaving.
55, that's Ryan Resowitz.
Yep, he's leaving the game. He's leaving the field. That doesn't necessarily mean, but nobody else left the field, so he's got his helmet off, and I'm going to assume that that's him that was ejected. Touchdown stands for Stratton, and Wilkins to add the point after. Out of the Fadden hold, Wilkins, his extra point is up, and it is once again good for Josh Wilkins. 4:27, the clock continues to run. You're watching and listening to live coverage of the WPIL playoffs on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
At Medore Bonner Law, we're more than just attorneys. We're your community partners. With a combined experience that spans decades, attorneys Jason Medore, Michael Bonner, and Greg Rossatelli are your trusted advisors for all legal matters. From personal injury to estate planning, business law to family disputes, we are here to guide you through every step of the legal process. Our full-service, community-based approach ensures that you're not just a client, but a valued member of our family. Give us a call or visit us online at MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Congratulations to our October LCAP Team of the Month. The Lawrence County SportsNet proud to honor the Mohawk Girls Cross Country Team as October's LCAP Team of the Month. The seniors went 45-0 in their career, capped off with their second WPIAL championship. Congratulations to Coach Dave Bradle and the WPIAL champion Mohawk Girls Cross Country Team, our October LCAP Team of the Month.
Penalty was assessed on the kickoff, so Wilkins pushes that into the end zone for the touchback again. Again, the 2A bracket has the winner of this game taking on Amani Christian or Waynesburg Central. Sarah Catholic Western Beavers, the other game tonight. On this side, Steel Valley is off tonight. Our bracket coverage brought to you by Master Builders and Craftsmen, family-owned and operated general contractor for 4 generations. Their extensive construction experience, design capabilities, and creative process allows them to help any project and meet any challenge. Building our community for 70 years, visit gembuilders.com for more information. And off on first down, the ball looked like it was jarred loose. Rather, that is going to be kept by Burrell. Cash Stratton with the hit. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. I believe that was Beatty who had the carry. This clock continues to run at 2:54 again. Sean Leota, the head coach of Burrell, was ejected at halftime. It appears that starting offensive lineman Ryan Rusevich is still out there, so we're not sure who was ejected on that last play by Burrell. As Hassan's going to throw it down the field, and he was looking down there for Beatty, and it's incomplete again.
Yeah, that's another pass that's just a little too far for Beatty. And earlier on in the game, There was an opportunity from Hassan for Beatty, and that was too far as well.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 for Burrell from the 20-yard line. I am trying to find a player over on the Burrell sideline who is on the bench. I don't know who. I mean, the official signaled that it was an ejection. We saw Rustovich run off the field, but he is back out there. We get all kinds of flags in before that play can materialize. Get a false start on Burrell. That'll back them up 5 yards, bring up 3rd and 15. All kinds of flags tonight after the play, during the play, during timeouts. Hassan will pass it again on 3rd down and 15. Looks, flings it far side, pass is knocked away over on the far side by Cash Stratton. So that's going to bring up 4th down.
Stratton once again with a play on the pass. That was another rollout to the left, and they're trying to attack that left out, and just too much.
Fadden to retort back to receive the punt. King Buchak will punt it from his own goal line. Under a minute to go here in the 3rd.
Give you a score update on Union Bergenstown after this play.
Trying to get somebody on the field. Burrell did not have enough guys on the field, and they have to call a timeout with 40.1 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
So here's the current update right now as I got it from James Dotson himself. It's 30-all.
Yeah, this one's going to be over pretty quick, so not that you want anybody to tune you out, but that game is pretty good. So this one is well in hand, and Mohawk is going to advance to next week's quarterfinals. Site and time to be determined, as again, everything's going to go neutral sites up until Acrisure Stadium for the WPIL finals in 2A. So they'll be on the road. This team will not play another game here at their home site this season.
And with it, by last glance, looking like Amani Christian and potentially now Mohawk looking like they had a firm stranglehold on it, we get to play, where's this game going to be played? It's not going to be at Graham Field, so I have to imagine it's probably going to be somewhere in between there, probably North Hills or something like that.
King Buchak to punt it from his own goal line. Gets another good punt away, end over end, as Retort takes it. Retort, 35, tried to sidestep a man and is taken down at around the 33. Yeah, last score I saw was still 16-6, Amani Christian. Beaver Falls is up in their game. Penn Hills up big. Peters Township up big. These are all scores outside of the bracket. In 2A, Western Beaver a 24-21 lead on Sarah Catholic. We'll try to get you all the scores that we can before we're out of here tonight. Bishop Canavan cruising right now, and that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter, as Mohawk has this thing in the mercy rule and in firm control. 42-0. The Mohawk Warriors are on their way to the quarterfinals, but we got 12 minutes to go. You're watching the WPIL 2A playoffs on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there.
BMF Tax and Financial provides businesses and individual tax prep, advising, and consulting. With over 10 years of experience, BMF Tax provides you with big firm expertise with small firm service.
I'm Brandon Fisher, owner of BMF Tax and Financial. Together, we will help you get a better understanding of your taxes and build a relationship along the way. At BMF Tax, I want to take the stress away from taxes and allow you to focus on what you do best.
Call or visit bmftax.com to set up a free consultation.
BMF Tax and Financial. Taxes made simple, life made easy.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
Started the fourth quarter here at Mohawk High School as the Warriors will take over after the punt. Justin Boston is back in there. Jay Rona is also back in there. And it looks like that was just done on purpose to get the senior class, the starting lineup, a curtain call as Tim McCutcheon will let them get the ovation as they come off the field. A standout career at this stadium for Jay Rona, the record-setting quarterback. Fadden has had a remarkable season as well, a record-setting season for the sophomore. These guys all get their just due as they step off the field here for the first time. Union now has a 37-30 lead on Burgettstown. Jay Rona has broken the single-season passing record. He already owns the career passing record, only needed 15 yards tonight to do that, did that. Bobby Fadden has finished a reception shy. No, actually, he did get his needed reception. So he breaks the single-season reception record. He did not get, at least in the season so far, the receiving yards record. He needed 160 to tie the single-season receiving yards record and 284 to tie the single-season, rather the, 160 for the single season and 284 for the career. He's at 70 and his night's done, so he'll have to wait until next week as we're going to have all sorts of new personnel on the field for both sides now. And Mohawk going to keep it on the ground.
Talk about Bobby Fadden. He already has the career receiving record as a sophomore, and now he's rewriting history books once more. It's a special team.
Got another late flag. I'm just going to say this right now. I mean, the running clock, it's 42-0. Just end this thing. This is out of hand as far as the flags and the personal foul and the misconduct on both sides. This is against Burrell again. And it's not, there are two of them on Burrell for unsportsmanlike conduct. They have another player that's been ejected from the game. So two players and their head coach have been ejected from this game. And correct me if I'm wrong, if they're underclassmen, that means they can't play the first game next year.
Man,
that carries over.
Rough. That's rough, but it looked like it was 10 for Burrell who went out. It was Brancato, so that might not matter. But, again, we can't confirm it from our vantage point.
Yeah,
but this is just rough for a team that this going into next year, you're just hoping that there's no rumblings for this for the next season with them. And you hope that it's used in a positive way for the Buccaneers because, again, they've taken their lumps this season, but they've also have performed way above expectations, especially considering what it is. At one point, this was a team that started off 0-2 and managed to fight and claw their way to a 4-3 record, and it looks like they'll end the season with 4 straight losses. But the final two before this game, they were a 5-point deficit against Dairy Area, 29-22, and then 37-33 to Apollo Ridge. This is a team that's still very much good. They play their style. You just hope that this doesn't have ripple effects for this program.
Cameron O'Lore is in at the quarterback spot, and Connor Hart is in there at the tailback spot. And O'Lare will hold on to it, and he is wrestled to the ground by Esau King Buchak. Still continues to play. And look, this is not to suggest that it's been one-sided. There have been things on both sides of the field here tonight that needed cleaned up, and coaches will handle that however they decide to handle that. the amount of flags and things that have gone on here since halftime really on, just
Mohawk's got to have it in control because Amani Christian is a team that will not have any of it at all. There was, of course, the situation between Steel Valley and Amani earlier this season. That wasn't a great situation at all, but they can very much be a team that can dish it out and take it. They have to watch out.
Lair hands off. It's Hart trying to move the pile. A lot of the starters are still out there for Burrell. Yeah, too much of the nonsense happens now at the high school level, and social media has been a problem, and these players communicating off the field, and not saying that happened in this situation, but you just see it. You've had situations where that's happened. You've had extra security at games. You've had games called off. You've had games with no fans. It's just getting to be too much anymore.
It's been a lot of mess this year. It's a year of change for many reasons for people like us and just in general. That it's just been a rough season for most people.
That ball is loose as Hart mishandled and we get another flag on the play. And that's, again, I'm just going back to the point. Just end this thing now.
Yeah,
please.
this is over. This is done with.
This is out of hand. It's 42-0. There is no reason to continue to play this thing out.
What's the signal for ended? It's like the circle thing that needs to be done right now for everyone's involvement.
It's a personal foul on Mohawk. So this is going to take the ball from the 10 all the way back to the 20. We're actually going to mark it at the 26.
Discipline's definitely going to be the word for both of these teams. The final meeting for Burrell and moving on to next week for Mohawk, who when we move on to a different subject, they're going on to 9-2. This is their best season since 2018, where they were the Midwestern Athletic Conference champions. They had 9 wins that season. They equal that mark.
And off up the middle on third down and a mile. It's a 1-yard gain that time. I believe that was Hart again. Allaire to the sideline. He will check with the coaches as to what to run. We're down to 6 minutes and 27 seconds left. We don't know where we're going to be next week, but we know Mohawk is going to be in action, and that'll be against Amani Christian. Likely, they had the lead last official score update that we got. That'll be at a site time to be determined. Again, neutral field. And what do we got going on here? So this was okay, so that actually was what was fourth down. They did not have anything marked correctly. The penalties were assessed. It was a personal foul, and it should have been third. Somewhere along the line, a down got messed up, either with not changing it over on the sticks, whatever the case is. Beatty stays out there on offense, and he is tripped up. Good play by Connor Hart, the linebacker that time from Mohawk. Regardless, Burrell has taken over. You know, we apologize for some of this confusion here. The sticks have not been right. The crew has been making late calls tonight on the field. The scoreboard has been right because they're dependent on the guys on the field to make the call. And even though those penalties were assessed and it was third down, they ran a play, and then all of a sudden Burrell's got the ball and it's 1st and 10. So
I'll just put it to you like this for the folks listening at home. It's really a Mike Lange moment. You have to be here watching it with your own eyes to believe it, because sometimes I'm not believing what I'm saying.
Hassan rolls out, throws near side. It's incomplete. Going to bring up third down. That was Beatty who had the last carry, and that went for no yards. So it's 3rd down and 10. Trying to get some order here. In the next 4 minutes and 36 seconds, we'll have a post-game show for you tonight. Boy, there's going to be a lot to talk about during that, won't there? Give out our player of the game, our MVP of the game, and our play of the game. Play of the game is brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, and the player of the game is brought to you by MVP Insurance. As Hornak is going to carry. Hornak tripped up over on the far side, shy of the first down. Leighton Argero makes the stop. That's going to bring up 4th down with just under 4 to go. Hornak and company continue to stay out there. They continue to play hard as well. He's got 57 yards on 10 carries tonight, and that'll be a 1st down pickup for Burrell with 3:34 to go in the contest. And again, if you missed it, we get a timeout called. If you missed it, Sean Leota, the head coach of Burrell, ejected at halftime. They've had 2 players ejected here in the second half. Got a timeout on the field now with 3:29 to go on what's going to be a 1st and 10 for Burrell. And Mohawk's going to move on to play next week in the quarterfinals against somebody. I think it's going to be Amani Christian as these 2 teams come back out to play here. The post-game show tonight comes your way after we're done here, and again we'll award the player of the game and the MVP of the game, the play of the game and the MVP of the game. Tonight's audio coverage is brought to you by the Sons of Italy Lodge 1171. Big Thanksgiving Eve coming up. Diddy Turns Fitty show. The Turkey Eve event features TJ Hill, Snarfunkel, and the Cuzzies reunion. Just $10 for the show, but only 300 tickets are being sold. Tickets are going fast. Get yours now. Call 724-658-9390 for more information, or visit Sons of Italy 1171 on Facebook.
Good work by Beatty up the middle, gaining 7.
Yeah, they continue to play hard. This Burrell team,
they won't stop.
Nope, they've kept their offense out on the field. And Mohawk gave their seniors in their starting lineup a curtain call. We're down to 2.5 minutes mercifully to go here in this 1st round matchup that Burrell had, and there's a nice hurdle by Maglisco, and that's actually going to be a personal foul on Maglisco because you're not allowed to hurdle a man in high school football. So we have another personal foul flag being thrown, and that is a rule that they have to throw out the window.
Yeah, I mean, come on. We want to all have our moments to be on social media and stuff like that. That's a moment that a kid will remember for the rest of their life. Why are we?
They're going to wave it off.
Good.
They're going to wave it off.
Sanity prevails.
You can't actually, you can hurdle somebody if they're going to tackle you. You may jump over them. You can't hurdle into them is the rule, just to try to, like, if they don't go to make the tackle, you can't just like hurdle over them, which makes sense from a player safety standpoint, as Burrell's going to have a new quarterback out there. It is Braden Mell, the 5'8" sophomore, to finish out things.
That leads a question of how can you judge that in a bang-bang moment with that? I mean, that was clearly a play in which there was a tackle coming and he evaded that.
Right, and they did the right thing by picking the flag up, which is a good thing.
I don't think you should be punishing kids for trying to make a play, no matter when the time of game is, no matter what the score is.
I agree with you. I agree 100%. As the handoff on 2nd down, that's going to go to Trey Corey. So this is the 3rd playoff game at home for Mohawk. They beat Seton LaSalle here 48-0 in 2008. Burrell will see its season come to an end at 4-7, and Mohawk will continue at 9-2 overall. This is the first meeting tonight between these two, and it's in some cases been a memorable one for what might be some wrong reasons, as Mohawk's going to recover the fumble on the play, and there will not be a need to run another play, and this one is in the books. Mohawk wins it tonight 42-0 And they will head to the quarterfinals next Friday night at a site and time to be determined. We'll try to run down the Amani-Waynesburg final for you before we are done here tonight. And if you do want to stay tuned for the post-game show, please do. Otherwise, Burgettstown Union is still going on. You can join James Dodson and Tim Continenza over at Taggart Stadium at Newcastle for the conclusion of that one, either via video on the NFHS network or you can listen to the audio coverage of it on the Lawrence County SportsNet. We hope you do stick around for the post-game show. We got our 2 awards coming up and some final thoughts. But that one is a good one. The defending champs trying to hang in there in single A, so you can go ahead and tune into that one for the remainder of it. And we'll be back here to wrap it up in a moment. Mohawk wins it tonight 42-0. You're watching the WPIL 2A playoffs on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
With great brands at the best prices at Academy Sports and Outdoors, you'll always find more fun. More of this, and more of this, and this. So you can do more of that, and that, and that, and definitely some of that. While getting together for more of that, and that. Yes! Have more fun with great brands at the best prices, only at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
If you're looking for quality concrete services, contact the experienced professionals at Doran Concrete. Our company is family, locally owned and operated, and has been serving the community for over 30 years. Get residential or commercial concrete services for any size job. Our skilled professionals offer prompt and reliable services at an affordable price. We believe in the principles of honesty, integrity, and reliability. Get in touch with us for exceptional concrete services at prices that you can afford.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of their locations in Zeno-Leopold or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win, proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Mohawk wins it tonight 42-0. They advance to next week's quarterfinal round at a site and time to be determined against either Waynesburg Central or Amani Christian. A couple things to take care of here tonight before we get out of here. Number one, let's look at our final statistics here for Burrell. Stevie Hassan was 1 of 10 passing. He was picked off once, 9 yards. Devin Beatty, a solid night on the ground for the Buccaneers, 18 carries, 57 yards. Cooper Hornack had 11 carries for 65 for Burrell. For Mohawk tonight, Jay Rona, 7 of 9, 170 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Justin Boston was fantastic on the ground tonight, 11 carries for 145 yards and he also had a pair of touchdowns. Bobby Fadden, 4 catches for 70 yards, 2 touchdowns. Dante Retort, 2 catches, 85 yards, and he had a touchdown as well. That's a look at your final statistics for both sides here tonight. Want to also make mention that it's time to announce our October winners for the male and female athlete of the month and team of the month. Congratulations to our October LGKG Athletes of the Month. Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Natalie Lape of Mohawk Cross Country as the October LGKG Female Athlete of the Month. Lape was the top finisher of the WPIL Championship girls team, coming back to finish 7th at the WPIL Championships, and that was after breaking bones in both of her feet last season. So congratulations to Natalie for that. LC SportsNet is also proud to honor Braylon Thomas of Union Football as the October LGKG Male Athlete of the Month winner. Last week, Thomas became the first player in Lawrence County history and just the 16th in WPIL history to throw for 1,000 yards and run for 1,000 yards in the same regular season. Congratulations to our October LCAP Team of the Month. The Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor the Mohawk Girls Cross Country Team as the October LCAP Team of the Month. Seniors went 45-0 in their career, capped off with their second WPIL Team Championship. Congratulations to Dave Bretty and the Brettel, and the WPIL champion Mohawk Girls Cross Country Team is our October LCAP Team of the Month. Ty Polk joins me here in the postgame show. Look, this game's going to have things that hang over it, but between the lines in the football tonight, a good start by Burrell, just not enough. The penalty derailed them on the first drive. Mohawk took advantage of it. And even though they missed the field goal on their second drive, we said they needed to find their rhythm tonight, and they seemed to find it offensively.
Yeah, they got it going on both sides of the ball. It's the first time in a month, really, for them, and it's good to see that for Mohawk. Passing with Rona, he was fantastic. That first touchdown was about as perfect as a drop in a bucket that you could ever see. And then whenever he was just passing it in the flat, his guys were making the plays. Fadden, phenomenal. Retort, phenomenal. Boston, I mean, that's a guy that got lost in the shuffle because of all this great work by the receivers and the quarterback, but he was better than advertised, and he's someone that whoever is the next opponent, be it Amani or Waynesburg Central, they have to look out for, not just the pass game.
No, I agree with you on that. Boston picked a good night to have one of his best games of the season, no question, and Mohawk was the beneficiary of that. Let's go ahead and give out some awards here tonight. It is time for the Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award. Maley Chiropractic is proud to present the Play of the Game Award to Dante Retort of Mohawk. Maley Chiropractic and the Lawrence County Sports Center proud to honor Dante for tonight's Play of the Game. It is the first touchdown of the night, a 38-yard pass from Jay Rona with 6:38 to go in the first quarter. It was the second offensive play of the night for Mohawk. Remember, they had the stop. Burrell got to midfield. They were stopped. Mohawk took over just outside of midfield, ran 2 plays. The second was a 38-yard touchdown pass from Rona to Retort. That gave them the lead at 8-0, and kudos to Bobby Fadden for the handle on the point after try, as he was able to get a bad snap and then actually pitch it to Retort for the 2-point conversion. So Dante did all the scoring on that possession, and he gets our Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award. And for tonight's Play of the Game Award, he'll receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of tonight's Play of the Game. Video of tonight's Play of the Game may also be featured on the Trib Live High School Sports Network's standout platform on Twitter and Instagram. To view tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game and the full season list of the full season's top plays, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Play of the Game. Congratulations to Dante Retort for tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. MVP of this game, it's, to me, pretty cut and dry. Jay Rona had a great night, but just to view a full list of this year's game MVPs, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on MVP of the game. Congratulations to Justin Boston for being tonight's MVP of the game from MVP Insurance. Call MVP for the win. Mohawk wins it tonight, 42-0. Some final thoughts here. Can this team get through next week? Can this team make a run? Can this team challenge Steel Valley? Can this team get to Acrisure Stadium? Are they built for that? Can they do it?
They have all the tools to make it to the final, no doubt. They have passing, they have rushing, they have the almighty important thing, in my opinion, which is you have a reliable kicker. All those three together, plus a great defense tonight. I'd like their chances against anyone in 2A. It's gonna be a challenge because they've got a murderer's row, to say the least. You have Amani, and then if all turns out, you have Steel Valley, or maybe whoever wins that Western Beaver Sarah Catholic game, because that'll have a ton of momentum for them. And then of course they might have a potential Lawrence County meeting, Keystone Oaks, whatever you want to have in 2A. But I like the chances of Mohawk.
So let's run down some of the scores that we have quick from games in the county. Clareton defeated Laurel tonight 44-7, so they advance. That's a dangerous Clareton team. Of course, the Burgettstown Union game is still going on right now, so you can tune into the conclusion of that one. In AA tonight, we know that Beaver Falls advanced. They defeat Keystone Oaks tonight 20-7, so they will rematch with Neshannock next Friday night, 7 o'clock at Neshannock High School. Neshannock won that meeting earlier in the season 27-26, so a good showdown and a big-time test for the number 2 seed Neshannock next Friday night. That will be a fantastic quarterfinal at Neshannock High School. Cannot wait to see that one, and we should have coverage of that one for you next week as well. Just tune into the website or check out the website, and we'll let you know what's going on with the coverage plans. Elsewhere in AA, Western Beaver, not sure if this is a final. They were up 31-21 over Sarah. That is who Steel Valley would play. We do not have a final on Amani Christian just yet. We know that they were up 16-6, and that was probably about an hour ago that we saw that update. So we presume that they have hung on to win that game. No reports from Washington, Elwood City, although we can look that up really quick and see if we can get that for you before we get off the air here. Trying to get you all the scores that we can, just so we know that the bracket is updated as much as possible.
I have the update for Amani Christian Waynesburg, and 46-6 Amani Christian.
Okay, so they advance. That is who Mohawk will play next week. Washington High was up 35-0 on Elwood City. That was late in that game. That's a mercy rule game. That was as of 25 minutes ago. And then the only other game that we need to track down, McGuffey and Derry. We'll see if we can get that for you as well. Very quickly before we get off the air here, final score in that game, McGuffey 25, Derry 13. So it's Neshannock, Beaver Falls, Washington, and McGuffey. Steel Valley will take on Western Beaver, and Amani Christian and Mohawk. Those are your quarterfinals in WPIL AA. And we'll have coverage for you somewhere along the line next week of Mohawk, maybe Union if they hang on, and Neshannock and Beaver Falls. That'll do it for us here tonight. Big thanks to Dom and Vidge for working behind the scenes, keeping us on the air. It is a chilly one here. We're done. Mohawk wins it tonight 42-0. They go to the quarterfinals next week against Amani Christian. Congratulations to Tim McCutcheon and his squad for the win here tonight over Burrell. For my partner Ty Polk, we'll talk to you next week. Have a great weekend. Take care, and bye-bye. You've been watching the WPIL playoffs and listening to the WPIL playoffs on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.